My Date with a Vampire
Okay,
Part
here's
2.
part two. Okay, so I left off where I was heading towards the door. And then I reached for the door and I was sitting back in the seat. Okay, I'm sitting back in the seat wondering what's going on. I'm literally crying right now because I know at this point it has to be something supernatural now at this point. So I'm thinking, I'm praying to God, I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna get out of this. I'm trying to figure out how am I gonna get out of this, because I see something. It's like I'm on a loop. If those of you can understand what I'm saying, felt like I was on a loop going to the door, and then I'm sitting back in my seat. So oh my God. So I'm sitting there, I'm praying, and I'm not even joking. I'm not trying to be funny, but I was calling out every name that I could that was in the Bible. Isaac, Joseph, Mary, Peter, everybody I could. I'm calling out in the Bible. Every scripture I done thought of that I could think of from when I was a kid, because I was in the church when I was a kid. Everything I can think of, I'm in my head. I'm praying, oh Lord, and I'm like silently crying because I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening, but I done messed up this time. And Lord, if you get me out of this, please, if you get me out of this time, I would never be so crazy and stupid again. So I'm sitting there. So he comes in and he was just like, "You okay?" I was just like, "I'm all right," but I was just like, "I'm ready. I want to go home. I'm ready to go." So he had brought me over there. I had a car, but I had rode with him. So I was just like, I just want to leave. I just want to get out of here. He was like, I can take you. No, baby. I'm trying to go to the door. Okay, so as I'm trying to get up again and go to the door, he's looking at me, and he's looking at me like, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it, but he's looking at me like, I don't know how, when you look at somebody deeply. So he looking at me. So I'm headed towards the door, but it's like my body is turning around. So I'm like, what is he like? Got some kind of hold or something over me, or maybe like, is it something? I don't know. Have I been roofied or something? What's going on? Because I never had nothing like that happen. So I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what it feels like. So I'm like, what in the world is going on? Okay, so, but I'm saying this in my head, because I'm not saying it to him out loud, because I don't want him to be alert, because it's looking like he's doing something, and if I try to keep trying to make a move like he's going to do something, and it's like I don't have control, like, of my senses, like of my body. So usually I'll be fighting, but it's just not going my way. I don't know if I'm under some kind of control, so I'm just praying in my head, praying in my head. Okay. Okay. Once again, I'm trying to go towards the door. So I'm thinking in my head, being kind of smart or whatever. Don't look at him anymore. Don't look at nothing. Don't look at his eye. Don't look at him anymore when you trying to do stuff. Don't look at him or nothing like that. You already done looped around back to your seat. So don't look at him, because I feel like maybe I was up under some sort of spell or something. I don't know. They say when people say, you can't leave somewhere if somebody got a hold of something on you, you won't be able to leave. So I'm just like, okay, maybe it's something like that. But I'm praying real hard to break this, real hard. So as I'm headed to the door, he was just like, I heard him say, like, under his breath, that you're not going anywhere. Boy, I turned around and said, what? I had to look. It had done came up out of me then. I said, what? I said, you done something? I just started swinging. Bloop, 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 bloop. All over the place. Knocking stuff down. He had like these sort of statues. I started knocking them down. I said, I'm about to get up out of here. I started hollering. all type of stuff. I just thought, so he was looking like he wasn't phased by it. That's why it was so strange, because he was looking so unfazed, and he wasn't looking like that before. He had like something different in his eyes. So I'm like, what? This is a psychopath. And I'm thinking that he's liking these reactions that's coming out of me. I don't know why. He's not letting me leave. But okay, so I'm tearing up everything pretty much in the house, saying I'm trying to get out. Okay, so I go to the door again. Open the door. So I go outside. I'm walking up through the driveway. I'm just walking. I don't even care where to, long as I get away from this house. But the house was, let me see. It was like a house, houses a little bit down the road. It was kind of in a cut, but it was some houses down there. So I was walking. Then I think I was calling on my phone, calling the Uber. Was I calling the Uber? I don't know. Was it Uber back then? But I called somebody for a ride. I don't know. Was it an Uber cab or something? So I called and whatever. So I'm steady walking down the road. Then I seen I think 2 houses. I done passed a couple houses. I'm going down and down. So it was a lady, I think a few houses down on the porch. It was like an older lady. She looked at me and she was just like, you okay, sweetie? Because mind you, I'm dressed up and I'm walking. So, you know, I'm not looking like no street walker. I'm looking like, okay, something is have to be going on. This young lady looking nice and dressed up, and she's walking like there's something going on. So the lady was just like, she was like, you okay, sweetie? I was just like, no, ma'am. So I walked over there. I was like, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. I was like, no, ma'am. I was just like, I was wrong. I was just like, I made a wrong decision. I shouldn't have went in this man's house. And she was just like, what, man? She was just like, what's wrong? She was like, you came from down there? I was just like, yeah, the house down the street. A guy down the street. And she was just like, come in, girl, come in here. So I came in and I sat down or whatever. She was just like, you want something to drink or something? She was like, you need anything? She was just like, you hurt? I was like, no, I'm not hurt. I was just like, I don't think I'm hurt. But I said, I'm going to go to the hospital and get checked out. And she was just like, oh, okay. She was just like, let me get you some water or something. I was just like, okay, I need some water. So she went and got the water or whatever and came and brought it back out to me. So I was just sitting down, just telling her. And I started telling her what happened. And she was just going like this. Her eyes, and she was just going like this. And she was just like, I was trying to tell people about that man down there. And I was like, what? Oh my God. And I was just like, is it the same? I was just like, is it the same person? So I said his name or whatever. She was just like, I don't know. She was just like, I don't know his name. But she talking about he be having some stuff going on in there. And I was just like, what you mean stuff? And she was just like, I don't know. She was just like, I don't know. She was like, I don't know if I ought to tell you this type of stuff. She was like, I don't want to freak you out. So I was just like, ma'am, what I just been through. I was just like, man, what I just been through, please. What's going on? I'm scared. And she was just like, I was just like, I don't know if I should call the police or what. Because me, back in then, I was scared to call the police. Like, I wasn't a police type person. I ain't like dealing with police if I had any problems. So I was like, I don't know if I should call the police or what. And she was just like, honey, she was just like, let me call somebody real quick. And she called, I guess she called a lady. I don't know if it's another lady on their street. She called a lady. I think it was a neighbor or another lady on their street. So that lady, she rushed over. She rushed over because she came like in 5 minutes and she tapped on the door. She tapped on the door and came in. And oh my God.